guys, Vince Shore here. Today we're going to go over some tools of how to take your beat up cymbals and turn them into new and improved cymbals, or at least some effect cymbals. Today I'm going to be creating another ice bell out of a 14-inch bottom hi-hat Sabian B8. You can see I've already got it marked out there, so that's about the size we're going for. Notice I've already basically done the dimensions. I just really want to go over real quick just some tools and things you'll need. First and foremost, you're going to need a face mask. You don't want to be breathing any of this dust in, it's very bad for you. Second is eye protection. I usually want to go with something thick so it covers my whole face. If you notice, I'm also wearing a bandana and a hat. I want to keep my face as covered as possible because dealing with metal as well, it will shoot back at you and it's not fun to get in your face, your eyes, your teeth, none of that stuff. Again, let's go ahead and check out some tools real quick. So anyway, back to the tools. So again, I'm using the DeWalt grinder. I've got my Dremel with all kinds of different attachments. Right now I've got a cutting wheel on the Dremel, same as the cutting wheel on this guy, except it's much smaller, sometimes easier to manage for different pieces. Always get yourself a square so that you can measure, especially on cymbals or anything that you're cutting. It's good to have proper measurements. Little different grinding discs and so on and so forth. Sanding effects. I do encourage the brick sandblaster. You know, you can go for something that's say medium to rough for different kinds of sanding for the cymbals, just to give out that sheen. Anyway, this is going to be the major basic tools that we're going to play with today. Here's some more cymbals that I've got ready to be cut. And other than that, I say we get this going and start cutting into some cymbals. Right, so now I'm going to pull back. The best way to do this is to watch your lines. Try to just go up to where you've created the size of the cymbal that you want. It's always better to go a little bit bigger than the size maybe you want, so you have room to cut into if you make any mistakes. After we get this lined up just like so, we want to cut around. It's going to be a little difficult sometimes with this guy to go like in a nice circle, so it's better just to kind of cut off the angles as they lie. Just go from top, kind of creating more of an octagon kind of shape. Again, I'm starting below the line, so I have room for error. So as you notice, it's obviously got a little bit of a different shape to it. We kind of got the size we want, and we still have a little bit of the dimension that we're looking for. So the next thing we want to do is start measuring, making sure it's right, and getting our circle perfect. Another thing is you want to check the tone that you've got so far. Even with this misshapenness, you want to check the tone. So it's got a nice high brassy. It doesn't sound that great right now. It sounds kind of dead and ridiculous because it's not being able to transfer its energy correctly. So, now, once we get to this, we can use the small cutting wheel for the Dremel. Now this, if you get it closer, you can start actually creating shape. See that real quick. But just FYI, what I just realized right now is this cutter is not going to be strong enough to take this all out in a fashionable time. So it's good to like check your tools, see what works really well. This is a heavier alloy, so it's going to take a lot longer. So let's switch up the tools. Alright, so to continue, I've got a heavy grit cutter wheel for your Dremel, which actually works wonderfully. You can also use the heavy, it's a 8193 grinding stone. Now we use the grinding stone a little bit later, only because the grinding stone's nice to like give it a nice finish, a nice round, smooth shape. Right now I'm just going to take off a bunch of these pieces. You can cut right in, see how it just gets removed like butter.
started out here, got it all the way down to there. That was 2 of them, but still got this guy on there. But now I've got pretty much the desired size that I'm looking for. And it's, again, you can tell it's not totally round. It's got some edges that we need to fix up, and it's a little, you know, a little rough around the edges. But we have a better tone now to deal with. I hope you can hear this from there, but still a little, This is when we get into the fun part. And what we're going to use next is going to be the 8193 grinding stone. Now the grinding stone is just going to give us a nice, you know, little edge, nice and smooth, and then I'm going to grind and sand the rest of this, and then we're going to go for the sheen. So yeah, basically I'll show you real quick. Edges pretty nice and smooth. Again, there's a few I can see already that need a little bit love, so I'm going to go back in real quick. Tidy it up. Okay. So now the grinding itself is not going to make it smooth, it's going to chunk it up a bit. So you can also go in the middle. I suggest using more of like a sander, or even getting a small disc sander to sand it. Now this is the cutoff wheel, which is just a already kind of went over it. I've softened up the edges. Then I go ahead and take my medium, and I just start taking all that excess off. And again, these don't have to look perfect. It's not the whole point. It's you know, it's more about the sound that it gives than anything. You know, and if people are like, oh, you sanded that cymbal, it's going to be awful. And again, it's not even absolutely perfect to where I want it to be, but that's all right because it still has a great sound. And let's check that sound out. Brings out forever. Here's how we're going to be playing it. Let's go down to the studio and check it out, yeah?
Hi, welcome to the studio. So while we were outside, we made that sweet cymbal. This whole entire video operation actually began with me doing this on another cymbal the same way, and I really wanted to just show how I did it. So this first guy here is quite the same. It's another ice bell, but it was made out of a 14-inch PST Heisty or paste crash. Now after I cracked it, kind of just, you know, kept it in the background like it's going to go nowhere. What do you do with a broken cymbal? You buy another one. Well, you don't have to buy another one. That's the whole point of this entire tutorial. So this guy, oh, I apologize. Let me digress. This is the guy we made the first time. This is the one that we just made. So this one is made out of the Heist. This is actually made out of the bottom hi-hat from a Beat 8 Sabian hi-hat. So the brass content being much heavier in alloy is going to have a different sound. Between the two, that's the crash. And that is the hi-hat. This is actually from the Turkish company. I bought this at NAMM. Very large bell, very, very heavy alloy. Again, you can do this with any kind of cymbal, and I recommend it because you get so many different tones out of it. So, basic concept, you'd be like... very fun to play with. You can use it in anything. Really cool accents, especially on like really melodic songs or things that have just cool little accents. Again, you just gotta screw around with this technique and you can do anything. You don't always have to stick to the ice spell. You can make smaller splashes. You can make accents. Like this is a broken, cymbal here. That's it. Well, I hope you got something out of this video. And I hope that you move forward and don't throw your cymbals away. And if you do, please call me because I will take them. But I would love for you guys to venture out and make some cymbals. If you need any help, I'll leave my information at the bottom. You can always contact me. And we can, save cymbals, make some new ones, and keep the drums going forever. Thanks. I appreciate it.